Yo, welcome back to Content Daily ENT, hosted by me, your boy JG. And today, I'm gonna do a little story time. I'm gonna talk about the time I escaped from rehab. Yes, I had to escape from rehab. So, I decided I used to be on pills bad. Thank God I'm no longer that person at all. I don't do anything. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't pop. Nothing like that. Give it all to God. Changed my life. I have a great testimony, but a horrible past when it comes to certain things. But I wouldn't change any of it because it made me who I am today. And, but yes, there was a time where I had just escaped rehab. That may sound crazy, but it involved jumping a barbed wire fence and all. Yes. And it's funny when you hear the details. So, I'm back. I'm like 18 years old, 19, maybe I might have been 20 at the latest. I was bad. I was taking, stealing, whatever. I needed to get my pill. I don't know if I need to even be saying these. Like, I don't know how YouTube be. I needed to get my little fix. So, you know, and I'm taking from whoever, whatever. It don't matter. I don't care the size of you. It don't matter. I will get you. I will rob you. I will steal. I don't care. I was heartless. I had one motive. I had one job. And so I seen this saying with that. I'm just freestyling this right now. I'm just telling y'all this story. I had this best friend named Robert, and you know, I seen on somebody post one time that said an alcoholic or drunk will wake up in the morning and tell you he stole your wallet and tell you he's sorry or something like that. But a drug addict will wake up in the morning and help you look for it. I did that. I did that to my buddy the day before I went to rehab. I knew in my mind I needed help, but I knew I was going out with a bang. So yes, I took my buddy's wallet while he's passed out drunk, and I knew his number and everything. That's how close we was. And I cashed out his whole bank account, and he was there for me the whole time while I'm going to rehab, not even realizing I done ganked like $300-400 out of his account, which ain't a lot, but we was young. That was all he had. That was messed up on my part. Robert, sorry. Which I know we've done made amends since then. But yeah, so that happened first. And I actually chunked his wallet under my house at the time. It was on some blocks, but I explained to him later. But so I done did everybody dirty in my family, everybody wrong in my family, and I'm going to rehab. They're taking me to a detox center. Not rehab, I was going to a detox center. So this is my first experience, and it's like 45 minutes away. It's a whole nother city. So, you know, I'm not wanting to go, man. It's all because I don't want to get in trouble. I done robbed everybody, trying to get the heat off my back. So I had nowhere else to turn, but this will give me a little break for the time being. It might drop my tolerance a little bit too. I needed that a little bit. I was bad. So I go to rehab. My family loads me up. We go, you know, and even in the process of me going, there's still things that they're going to find missing once I'm there. And, you know, we got to worry about them problems later. God will solve it. That ain't the way I looked at it, but he did solve it. But, so I get to this rehab, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm signing in, but I'm not going to stay too long. You know, I'm probably going to want to leave the next day or something like that. I'm just kind of pacify my family. So I get in there, I sign in, like, you know, it's like almost like a jail cell. Like it's you walking in and it's barbed wire fence, like it's a closed facility. You can't just walk out of that place. And you know, I was looking like, dang. And then once I signed myself in, I realized you can't just walk out, not unless you can sign an AMA, which is against medical advice, and therefore you've got to go before a doctor before they can release you, because of the medications that they put you on when you're in there. They can't release you to the public legally without seeing a doctor before you do so, once you have taken the prescriptions that they give you. I guess that's kind of how it works. That's my logical thinking. So I get in there, you know, I'm like, I want any medicine you're going to give me, because I'm trying not to feel, because you go through bad detoxes, especially on the milligrams I was taking. And so, yeah, give me everything. Give me all the sleeping medicine. Give me whatever. Give me the silver bullet. And if you know what the silver bullet is, if you know, you know. And it's a shot that it'll put you out for a little bit. So, you know, but I'm new to all this. I don't know any of that at first. But I'm just like, yeah, give me everything. So I'm telling them I'm in the worst severe pain. All, you know, everything's intensified to the max, just so I can get everything to the max. Well, you know, first night goes good, even though it's crazy, and there's other people in there. So it's not just drug addicts. It is in like mentally unstable people, severely mentally unstable people too. Like, it's all together. So the first night, you know, they got me good. I'm sleeping. I wake up the next morning. I'm like, oh man, what have I did? I walk into the little living room area thing. No, not the living room, but it's like the common, I don't know what it's called. Like a living room, kind of. Like a break room. But so I walk in there. It's early, like 6 a.m. because I'm uncomfortable in my environment now. I'm trying to see what's going on, what's popping now when I get my meds. But so this dude's in there, barefoot, big old guy. He's like stirring the coffee. Stirring the coffee. I'm looking like, what? I don't realize that it's not only drug abusers in there, it's other people. So I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, this dude crazy. He's like stirring the coffee, and he's like rocking as he's saying stirring the coffee. I'm like, man, I got to get out of here. Like, and I had a nicotine patch on because they wouldn't let us smoke. So I got a nicotine patch on too. And this dude's big, man. Like, and I'm not no scary guy at all. I've been to jail, been locked up. I know how to survive with survival of the fittest. But I'm not in that kind of environment, so I'm not thinking of any aggression or anything. But this guy reaches over after he's stirring his coffee, he snatches off my nicotine patch. And I'm looking at him like, what? Like, what? And then he eats it. I'm like, oh, heck no, man. Get me out of here. I want to leave. So I tell the nurse I want to leave. And I'm like thinking I can just walk out. You know, I don't realize I got to do the AMA signing form and all that stuff. So she's like, okay, here. Yeah. And she's like trying to talk me out of it. You don't want to do that. Your family's depending on you. Da, 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 da. You know, give me the whole sob story. I'm like, no. I'm in here, crazy guy. I got to go. Plus, at this point, I'm really wanting to get back to what I like to do. So I signed the paper, and I'm like, so I can leave? And she was like, no, there's a 72-hour hold. You've got to go before the doctor. I'm like, 72-hour hold? You know, I'm like, hell no. Like, you know, I'm going to the doors, trying to figure out a way out. But, I mean, it's locked in like a real facility, like you in jail. And so they give you 15-minute breaks occasionally, one at like 9, and you get to go outside and walk around in a very secured area with high barbed wire fence. So, oh yeah, and this even makes it even better. So when I got there, I didn't know you couldn't wear certain clothes. You couldn't have clothes with strings in them. You couldn't wear this and that. And what I had on was balling shorts with strings in them. I had balling shorts. They won't let you wear shorts. You had to wear pants, and you couldn't have strings. So this place is across the road from the prison facility. So they get like jumpsuits and prison uniform, like just old throwaways for people that come that don't have clothes to wear. So at this point, I forgot to even say all that. I'm in an orange jumpsuit pants and a white tee, like looking like a prisoner. And now I'm over here like in this rehab, and I'm walking around outside, and I'm like, man, I got to get out of this place. And it's like high barbed wire fence. And then there's a little gazebo you could sit at, and it's kind of close to the fence. And then I realized these guys don't really watch us like that. They watch us, but they count us when we come back in, so they don't really like watch you the whole time. So the first time we went out, I'm like scoping the area, and I'm talking to this other guy, and he's like, I bet you $100 you won't jump that fence. I'm like, shh, I know you ain't gonna be able to give me the $100 when I do, but I bet you I will. So first time I go out, I'm just scoping, I'm just plotting, you know, because I'm the type of guy, if I want to do something, whenever it comes down to it, it don't matter what it is. If I want it, I'm going to get it, or I'm going to do it. It don't matter. So I scope out the area. I tell old buddy, I'm like, hey bro, I'm going at lunch, watch. He's like, man, you lying, you can't jump that fence. But I'm looking at the gazebo, and it's like about an 8-foot space. It's as tall as, the top of it's as tall as the fence. And it's high too now. This ain't even no joking matter. Like, I could have got hurt. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever did. So we walk outside again at lunch, and I'm telling him, oh buddy said he covered for me, and he did. Which he didn't like cover for me, he just didn't tell on me, and he tried to distract him a little bit. So when we were all outside, I knew that when they call us back in, you know, they stand at the door. Well, I got behind kind of everybody. I dropped down behind the gazebo, because there was like a dirt path, like a dirt little, you couldn't see right behind it. Like, you could actually get lower than what the gazebo actually sits. So I lay down real quick while everybody's walking in. And there was a handrail in the front though. Like, it was a little setup where I could Spider-Man my way up on top of the gazebo. And I'm pretty strong and pretty fit, so, you know, in the future it doesn't become a problem. So everybody goes inside. I'm like, I'm shaking, you know what I mean? I'm nervous. And it's a big fence. It's a just like what you see at a prison fence, almost. I ain't gonna say it has the razor wires, but it's all curled barbed wire at the top of the fence all the way around this place. So door shuts, I'm like, I gotta make a move fast. So I jump up on the handrail, jump up on the roof, pull myself up real quick. Remember now, I'm in orange jumpsuit pants and a white tee, looking like a prisoner. Tattoos, you know what I mean? Like, so I do this, my heart's beating, and it's probably like 10 to 12 foot up in the air, if not taller, and about an 8-foot gap between me and the fence. And then on the other side of the fence, it's like downhill rocks. And I'm literally in flip-flops because you couldn't wear shoes, got strings. I'm in some like orange jailhouse, I swear to God, orange jump house sandals, flip-flops, orange jumpsuit pants, white tee, tattoos, next door to the prison. So I run, I make my jump, boom, I cleared the fence, I hit. You know, I'm rolling down this hill when I hit, but I know how to fall. I used to skateboard, so when I hit, I kind of tuck and roll. So now I'm free, but I'm like an hour almost away from my hometown with nobody, no phone, no nothing. So, and I'm walking down the same road that the prison's on with orange jumpsuit pants, orange flip-flops, and a white tee. So I'm like running down the road, and this guy, he pulls up, and he's like, what? I'm like waving him down at the stop. There's like a stop sign on up, and I can see the prison and I can see the rehab. So he's like, what you done did? Nah, you ain't getting in this car with me. I'm like, come on, man. I was like, I ain't no prisoner. He's like, you sure look like it to me. You ain't getting in this car. I'm like, come on, bro. I just need a ride from here to the store. I promise you, I'm not no daggone prisoner. You know, and I'm arguing with him, but he actually let me hop in the car with him. But he's like, he was a real one. Because he said, I'm dropping you off, but I'm not dropping you off at that store and being seen with you. I don't know what you got going on. It was crazy. So he drops me off down the road. I walk into the store. I didn't even know where I was at. I was in Waycross, Georgia. Actually, I think it was between Waycross and Blackshear. But so I walk into the store, and you know, they are looking at me like I just escaped prison too. I'm like, yo, I promise you, I'm not no escapee. Sorry, I'm having to like change lanes and driving. You know, I'm like having to swear to everybody. I'm like, you can call the prison and ask them if they had anybody. I said, I just jumped the fence at rehab. They're like, why'd you do that? I'm like, because I signed a paper and they won't let me out. They got to make me wait 72 hours. I ain't got time. I ain't got no 72 hours to wait. I got to get back home. I got a baby mama. I got a little money. I got some stuff I got to do. You know, I'm really like jonesing. Really, that's really what's going on. The power of addiction is it's a principality. But they let me use the phone. Just so happened my cousin, he's going to school over there in Waycross. At the time, they didn't realize the severity of my addiction. They knew it was bad, but I don't believe he would have given me a ride now. You know, back then though, he ends up giving me a ride back to Jessup. You know, but and then my whole family's like, why did you even go down there? You know, they're disappointed, majorly disappointed. But you know, I got so many more stories to tell. Like, I ended up making it home. It was insane. It was crazy. I just want to give y'all a little backstory. I'll tell my jailhouse stories next. This was the beginning of the adventure of my, you know, there's 3 places that addiction will take you. It's jail and rehab and death. Like, that's the only 3. That's the 3 given. And you know, I'm lucky to be made it out. Do I think addiction is a disease? Hell no. It's a choice, man. Quit saying that. Like, I can't stand these people that get on here, it's a disease. No, it's a choice. Them babies in the hospital, that's a disease. Them babies that can't help it, you have the option to change, man. No, I don't. I get seriously mad because I've experienced it. I've been through it. And I've been told it was a disease. It's not a disease. It's not you can change it. There's diseases you can't change. You can change your ways. And I ain't even mean to get on this kind of subject, but you know, I just want y'all to know my past. I don't even look at myself as no drug addict. I'm not labeling myself, none of that. I had some experiences and I've overcame them because God. I'm not putting no label on my name. I don't go to no NAs. I don't go to no AAs. I don't do none of that. I really wasn't even gonna get on here and talk like this, but you know, I want y'all to know more about me and what I've been through. You know, I'm a child of God, and that's it. There ain't none of that other labeling going on, because I don't even live that way no more, nor do I think that way no more. And thank God for that, you know. But God can do it all, man. And I just want to give y'all a little story of my past, and I'm going to give y'all some more. I got some crazy stories, too, when it comes up to, like, jailhouse and doing a little time. And, you know, I've lived a crazy life, you know. Hey, I mean, I've pushed a P. I've did a lot, you know what I mean? I did it all, man. There ain't nothing I don't think I've done that's in these streets. But y'all like, subscribe, comment, share. Thank you for all my subs. I'm out.